So a year back, I got invited to go to a party, okay, guys? And this party was fucking awesome. A bunch of my friends were going. I was really excited. And the whole party itself was actually based around this girl. It was her birthday, and it was her birthday party. And she invited just a bunch of random people. Like, she invited my friends. She told, my friends to bring their friends. And that's how I ended up going along. And when we got there, we were like one of the first people there, okay? We got there, and she greeted us at the door, and we were just hanging out. I introduced myself to her. I told her who I was. And it was pretty cool. We didn't really know each other or anything, but she seemed like a cool girl. And later that night, after everyone showed up, she's like, hey, let's play some beer pong. And I was so down for it because for some reason I think that I'm better at beer pong than everyone else. So when she's like, yeah, let's play, I'm like a champion, I replied and I was like, you ain't shit. I'm gonna fuck you up. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how I replied. But I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. Let's play. So we got everything set up. She set up the cups, and we were using her ping pong table. And we immediately got into a game. So it was me and my buddy versus her and her friend. And it was basically like boys versus girls. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was really lucky tonight for some reason. I kept making every single shot, one shot after another shot. And I wasn't being like crazy cocky. I wasn't like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in the Olympic beer pong league. You can't touch me. That wasn't the case. I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah. And she was like, oh, you're really good. I was like, thanks. And we kept going back and forth. And then it got to the point where we had them on their last cup. And my friend's like, you know what, man? I want you to go for the shot. So he hands me this fucking ping pong ball, okay? He puts it in my hand, and I just felt the opera music playing in my head. I could hear it. It was so magical. I was ready to just make this shot. And I told them, I was like, can I go for a trick shot? And she's like, what? I'm like, can I just like do a spin or something and try and make it in? That way, I guess it's just cooler. She's like, yeah, go ahead. So, I'm not gonna lie, guys, there was a lot of people watching at this point. Like, they wanted to see me do the trick shot, they wanted to see what I was gonna do, and I had two things I was gonna do. I was either gonna spin around and just throw it and try and make it, or I was gonna bounce it off the fucking wall, and it was gonna hit the wall and then bounce into the cup, and that was pretty cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the wall bounce. So, I grabbed the ball from my friend's hand, and I was feeling pretty majestic, I was feeling magical. I fucking nailed it, okay? I threw it as hard as I could at the wall, just as hard as I could. Because what I wanted to do, I wanted to make it zigzag. I wanted to hit the wall and then just like slam into the cup. And instead of hitting the wall and slamming into the cup, it hit the wall and then slammed into the girl's face. Okay, right square in the face. And right when it hit her, I didn't even have a time to say sorry. She immediately just covered her face, and everybody in the entire basement started dying laughing. And I felt like absolute shit, guys. And when she finally uncovered her face, she wasn't hurt or anything. Like, she wasn't crying. She was just like, I guess, laughing. I don't really think she thought it was that funny. She looked up at me, gave me an absolute death stare, and then looked around at everyone else and just kind of laughed with them. And at that point, I was like, okay, it's fucking over. She's gonna cut my dick off and hang me from the ceiling with it. I'm done. This is it. And I still felt really bad, so I went over to her. I was like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. She's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Just leave me alone. And she walked away from me. I felt so bad. I was like, I didn't mean to hit you with it. I was trying to bounce it into the cup. You know that. I wouldn't ever try and hit a girl with a ping pong ball. Like, that's not even funny. And she didn't really believe me. And she gave me a death stare and just didn't talk to me for the rest of the night, and it made the whole night really awkward for me. And it really scared me. I really thought that she was about to just punch me in the face in front of everyone and made me the laughingstock. So it was really, really bad, and I felt horrible, and I basically, kind of ruined a moment of her birthday party, and I apologized so many times. Later that night, actually, I went up to her and said sorry, and she seemed a little bit more easygoing about it. But I don't know, it was just so awkward and scary at the same time because I didn't know what she was gonna do, but she reacted pretty good, even though she gave me a death stare like she was gonna stab me to death. But we're okay now. Now I look back at it and laugh my ass off. Like, now I look back and think it's funny, and so does she, because we're actually friends. But back then we weren't, so when I hit her in the face with a ping pong ball, it made everything a little bit awkward, but now we're all good. So yeah, I thought you guys would enjoy this story. If you liked this story, leave a like if you did enjoy.